Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you a bit about how to work with mass data and how to basically get started with STEL Order by importing all of your clients. Right, so for this example I have picked my account and as you can see I have no contacts, no potential clients and no clients whatsoever. If you're an existing company who's been operating for a number of years and you've already got an established client list, moving this into your new software is essential. So we've tried to make this as easy as possible, and yeah, let's give it a go. So to go to import your data, you basically go to your username here at the top right corner, you click on settings, and basically it'll take me to the configuration menu. By default, you'll land in the users page, but all you need to do is go down here to import export, and we're right where we want to be. Okay, so for starters, we've got to confirm that the information type is clients. Reference refers to sort of their identifier number, which can either be one created automatically by the system. You know, if you've got 100 clients, it'll number them 1 to 100 in order. Or you can do it manually in case it's a random series of codes, you know, for encryption or any other purposes. Header lines refers to the titles in the document. So, for example, if you have an Excel with 2 title lines, you'll need to select, well, you can only select 1 or 0, mainly because it doesn't really make sense to use 2 title lines. Now, so if we go to the format, you can either select from an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file. Either one works, but for this case, we're going to go with Excel. Right. If the list was uploading were for a particular client category, I can, you know, add this on the spot. So, for example, I'm going to create a new client category called New Clients, just to make it easy. You can also select a price rate, you know, new client rate, for example, and this will associate all the ones you upload in one go, so you don't have to do it manually later. You can assign them a payment option if all of them use the same payment option, but if not, just leave this blank, like with any of the other sections. You can even assign these clients to an employee. I'm going to assign them to myself, Professor STEL Order. And I can choose whether they're subject to sales tax, corporate tax, or any other kind of tax that I configure into the system. Right, so to get started, we just go to the select file box and we can either drag our Excel file here or we can click on it, which will bring up the selection menu. As you can see, I've got a folder called company data and I've got all my information here ready to import into my new software. So I just go to clients. And as you can see, I get a few example lines, not all of them, but just enough so I can begin the association process. And what this entails is basically associating the title on the spreadsheet to what I want it to be in the system. So for example, in this case, they're all going to be the same because I already exported from Excel into this list. But yeah, in case you have different names on the spreadsheet, you can start selecting them and associating them to whatever you want it to be. Particularly handy as well if you're exporting from another software and, you know, some of them just tend to not arrange the data correctly or they have different names for different fields. Basically, this is just to ensure that all your data goes into the right place and there's no fixing up you need to do later. Okay, so as you can see, I've exported a lot of information that I can't actually add from here. So we go for addresses, basically just associating all the data as it needs to be. State, province, post zip code, country. It already selects by default the country you're residing in. You can change that in the client sheet at any time. Discounts, no. Rate, as we said, we're going to associate that. Reference, if you had your own numbering, this would be the one, the place to select it. We're going to add the phone numbers and bank accounts, which are very crucial actually. So the bank name, the bank number. And even though this is blank, I can still select it anyway, just in case further down the list there was a client that had this information filled in. I can make sure that everything is being imported in and nothing gets left out. And once you're happy with the association process, all you need to do is click on Import. It'll say you have selected the reference CLI up here at the top. Your reference within the file will be lost. So if I had in the document a different kind of reference and I didn't switch this to manual, basically I would be either losing my reference or I could click cancel and go to manual so it takes the reference from the document. Okay, check that file's okay, good. Now go to import. Save correctly, 18 entries were created and as you can see everything is as where it should be. And let's double check that actually. So if I go to Lloyd's Machinery, yep, Taxpayer identifier number's in the right place. Phone number, address information, perfect. Let's go to bank account. Yeah, all the details are there as well. Perfect. Now, in the off chance that, you had to take your data elsewhere, or you just want to sort of turn it all into an Excel file from STEL Order, you can do this in various different ways. I mean, one of them is selecting all the list here and clicking on export. You can select which type of file as well. You can do this from any section within the software as well, in case you need to create a list of invoices or a list of sales orders or estimates. But the best way to export them really is if we go back into the section that we were, and we click on export to file. As you can see, we're going to select information type clients, and I want to export it into an Excel. And what this basically does is it allows us to take with us whatever information we deem necessary. So if I want to create a basic listing, just create a basic Excel list for people to make phone calls off or just to print off, I can go ID, so that's there. That's an internal reference, by the way, that will only appear in our system. So name, we can then select a legal name, we can start adding the address, city, state, postcode, country, their phone numbers, and email address. And just like that, if I click export, a new file has been downloaded. Now if I open this Excel, it should, oh, that's a file from early on. Okay. And here we go. The full list is here. Now, obviously, if you had thousands of clients, this list would be a lot bigger, but as you can see, the data is neatly arranged. You can print this out quite easily if you ever needed the listing, or if you ever need to import it into another software, God forbid, you can do this using this spreadsheet as well. So yeah, that's pretty much importing and exporting. Quite easy, actually. There's also an update from file feature, but I will explain this in another video. Okay. Well, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope it was helpful, and give us a shout if you need anything. And be sure to like and subscribe this video as well.